Yeah, it's still a lot of debate about who we are. Cats arguing we ain't African, we ain't black, we ain't this, we ain't that. Man, truth is we all of that. Cause all of that come from us, you know what I'm saying? It's all about where you gon' fit in. Yeah. Yo, what's your name? You an African, an American, or an Israelite? Black or more, Muhammad or a provocateur, what the business like? You Malcolm X, my enemies. Chief Turner, Dr. King, keep a burner, you repeat. Look at me, who you see? I'm Garvey when I rap a bar. Every line is a black star. I'm Masterfar cause I understand who these crackers are. Nat Turner's my avatar. My attitude so desolate. I'm a mocking dog, these motherfuckers. Dr. Cotton, these Europeans know what I mean. I'm Farrakhan, never will I run. Robert Williams, nigga with a gun. George and Jonathan Jackson, Dr. Yosef Ben, Yakanan. Show and prove like Dr. Clark. I'm a goon cause I got the heart. I'm Dubois cause I'm hella smart. I'm Denzel cause I got the part. I'm Bianchi, Sutton Kufu, Mansa Musa, Shaka Zulu. I'm with Mia, I'm with Tulu. If I was Jesus, what would you do? I'm a Negro and I'm colored. I'm your nigga and your brother. Yeah, I kill you, but I love you. Accept your own and reject it. What's your name?
What's your name? And why don't you now know what your name was then? Where did it go? Where did you lose it? Who took it? And how did he take it? What tongue did you speak? How did the man take your tongue? Where is your history? How did the man wipe out your history? What did the man do to make you a dumb?
What's your name? It's the Chigaboo, it's the Porsche Monkey, it's the Sambo, it's the Oreo, maybe Revolution is just too much for the handle. I ain't carrying no scandal, I ain't scary, I am Harry Tubman with a candle. Time to pick up the mantle. I'm a son to I and Queen of Zinga, Nefertiti and Queen Amina, Hatshepsut and the Queen of Sheba. She thinks she God, please believe her. Name is Osada, great escape. Angela Davis, Pete State, Willie Mandela, refuse to break. I'm anime, refuse to hate. I see straight through cause I'm late today. Miss Fanny Lou, I got things to say. With Shirley Chisholm, I paved the way. The homie queen came to slay. Better survive, I mean my Malcolm. Black love is the only outcome. I won't stop until y'all have some. I might say this shit gon' happen. I'm Oshun, come bless the altar. I'm Nibia, I bless Walter. I'm Olakuna, I drive my daughter. I'm Oya, I cannot falter. I'm the one to give birth to stars. Masterful, how I work these bars. Series B to the earth to Mars. KOS, reverse for stars. What's your name?
What's your name? And why don't you now know what your name was then? Where did it go? Where did you lose it? Who took it? And how did he take it? What tongue did you speak? How did the man take your tongue? Where is your history? How did the man wipe out your history? What did the man do to make you as dumb as you are right now?
What's your name?
What's your name? What's your name?
Welcome to the First Majority Podcast. I am Baba Amin.
And I'm Baba Ruttashki, Aku Abba.
All right, and this is the First Majority. You know what I'm saying? When we talk about things that are pertinent to our community as Black people, we want you to make sure that you like and that you share. This is episode 4.
Yes, this is episode 4.
Yeah, this is episode 4.
We're going strong with it.
And we going strong. We're not gonna keep y'all too long, but we definitely gonna be strong. We want you to like and share. Want to shout out to our to the SC Juneteenth Freedom Fest. I see we jumping a little bit, but that signal is gonna be all right in a minute, man. We're gonna make sure that signal be all right. Let me do this right quick, y'all. All right, let me do this right quick, see if we can get that going better, because we definitely got to honor our ancestors, and we don't want to be choppy while we honoring those who made it possible for us to be here. You know what I'm saying? So peace and power to everyone out there. Somebody in the chat, let me know, is the audio choppy? I see the video is kind of choppy, but is the audio choppy? And let me do a couple of things too, man. You know, Baba B, I be like,
make it right.
I gotta make it, we're gonna make it right. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna fix it. These things happen. You know what I'm saying? We'll be shut down. Yes, we want to exit. Yes. All right. I think I had some software installing in the background, and now we smooth. Well, we was almost smooth. You know what I'm saying? It was almost
There
there.
we
We go.
go.
There
There
we
we
go.
go. There we
All
go.
right, now we in the house. You know what I'm saying? I had to calm my computer
In
down. I
the
was
place
doing
to
too
be.
much, right?
That's
I was
right.
doing too much. Well, peace and power to everyone that's hanging out with us tonight on the First Majority Podcast, and to those who are going to be checking the replay out. You know, we pray that you get something from this, and also come into the chat and feel free to add to the conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Because we all are the part of the first majority.
That's right. We're
Yeah.
all part of the first
We all
majority.
are part of
You
the
know what I'm
first
saying? When we say the first majority, we're talking about the first people on the planet, right? And then even if you talk about the state of South Carolina, the first majority was Black people. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, hey, unapologetically, right? And so we want to talk about our history. We want to highlight our accomplishments. We want to highlight what's right with us in our community. You know what I'm saying? As we lead up to the 8th annual South Carolina Juneteenth Freedom Fest to be held June 15, 2024, 421 Bush River Road. You see it, right? Go visit the website right now, JuneteenthFreedomFest.com. That's right. That's right. To come out with us. And got a lot of beautiful things happening that whole week. So we want to make sure that we see the family, you know. But let's not get too far into this. Let's honor our ancestors, man, so we can get this thing started.
My brothers and sisters, we want to make sure that anything that we do, that the ancestors are already and always included in what needs to happen, because if it wasn't for them, it would not happen. Our knowledge and wisdom had to come from somewhere. Our information and instructions are influential and they're all enlightening. So we want to make sure that the ancestors are given their just due for enlightening us, for influencing us, for encouraging us. We want to make sure that we honor them, we venerate them, and we acknowledge them. And that is what the blessing of the libation is all about. It's all about making sure that we include them in this podcast, in this room that we're sitting in. And so as we continue to honor the ancestors, we want you to remember and be reminded of your ancestors, because those are the ones that we're talking about. We're talking about your specific personal ancestors that we want you to acknowledge, because that's who we're acknowledging today. We're going to acknowledge in all of our ancestors, but in specific, your specific ancestors. We call upon our ancestors far and near, fathers and mothers of our fathers, mothers and fathers of our mothers, to bear witness to all that we have done. And it is by your example that you continue to inspire us towards reclaiming our ancestral minds, regenerating our ancestral spirit, liberating our families, our homes, and our communities, and restoring our greatness as a people. We pour libation to bring into our midst your venerable ancestral spirit, radiating your great wisdom, your courage and dedication, and your unyielding commitment to victory by any means necessary. It is in the honor of our Creator, the great ancestor of all ancestors, our mothers and fathers, our sisters and our brothers, our children and their children, our grandparents, great-grandparents, great-great-grandparents, our aunts, uncles, cousins, friends, and elders of our community, that we pour this libation in your honor and in the honor of the Creator, the great ancestor of all ancestors, and the various manifestations of the Creative Spirit. We pour libation. Ashe. For our esteemed ancestors who laid the foundation for human civilization and who provides the wisdom to which we live and the models by which our lives are guided, we pour libation. Ashe. And for our esteemed ancestors who suffered the atrocities and the horrors of our Ma'afa, but yet demonstrated the victorious power of the ancestral spirit by maintaining their dignity, no matter the cost, we pour libation. Ashe. And for our esteemed ancestors who survived and made it possible for us to be here today, to continue on the valiant fight for our ancestral liberation and our vindication, we pour libation. Ashe. And finally, for our children and their children and future generations of our ancestors to come, that they too in their time will vindicate our race from all adversaries, and that they will continue to imprint upon the world the great genius of our ancestral humanity, we pour libation. Ashe. May their venerable spirit engulf this occasion to reaffirm our ancestral canopy. It is done. The great ancestor of all ancestors is satisfied. Ashe.
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 Ashe. Oh.
Ashe. Oh.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
What's
Yes.
happening, Baba?
What's happening, Baba?
Man, I'm chilling, brother.
Hey,
Good
we making
to
a
see
lot.
you,
We
man.
making a lot happen. We making a lot
making
happen.
a lot happen, man. We out here. The
We in these
ancestors got out
streets.
here in these streets, man.
In these streets.
Turning these corners.
Yes, that's right.
You know, and,
That's right.
But doing a beautiful work. You
Yes.
know, doing a beautiful work.
Most definitely.
I want to start off by making a special shout out to the whole leadership team with the Juneteenth Freedom Fest.
Yes.
Starting with our president. You know, Juneteenth Jamal.
Juneteenth Jamal Bradley.
You know what I'm saying? Doing his thing. Such a great example of leadership in our community. Want to shout him out. Want to shout out Miss Tina
Torres.
You know what I'm saying? Who I mean, that's who you call on.
Yes.
She the plug.
She is the plug.
She the plug.
She's
you
the
know
bridge.
Yes, you know what I'm saying?
She's the bridge.
And then you got Sister Kiwan.
Yes.
Right. Doing a very resourceful sister. You know what I'm saying? And then Brother Fred.
Fred.
Shout out Brother Fred. You
Shout
know
out to Brother Fred.
Yeah, doing his thing. You know, the whole team and all of our volunteers, the sponsors, everybody that's a part of it. We want to shout out Cynthia Hardy too.
Yeah,
you know,
special shout out to Cynthia Hardy.
Shout out to
on
Cynthia
point
Hardy.
with Cynthia Hardy.
Yeah, you know, it was on point. Y'all gonna be on TV, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
on TV
we
on
both
Sunday.
are. We both are.
You know,
a little bit of gray showing.
Profiling.
We're gonna make it do what it do,
they say the salt and pepper's in these days.
Yeah, the salt and pepper is in these days. That's right.
I got a little more salt than pepper, but it's all good. You know what I mean? Heavy on the salt, you know.
Low on the pepper.
Low on the pepper, but
That's
it's all good. You know what I'm saying? But no, shout out to Cynthia Hardy and all the support she does, man. Make sure y'all watching her shows.
Very important role in our community.
Right, and supporting her, man. And shout out to all the grassroots organizers out there, all the organizations that are inside the community, educating the people, empowering the people, feeding the people.
That's right.
All our business owners out there. Shout out to all the entrepreneurs. You know, it's not easy being an entrepreneur. You know, and I know.
Yeah, we both know.
We both know, right?
Yeah.
Right. As two men who have been in business for ourselves for years,
yes,
we understand the difficulties that come with owning and operating and maintaining,
most definitely.
You know what I'm saying, your own business, especially in today's climate, when supporting Black-owned business is not always in style.
That's correct.
You know, I hate that I gotta wait.
And that's bad. That's bad that you even have to say that.
It is. It's bad to say that. But
it's the truth.
Yeah. Like
it's the truth.
Now, if one of them get out, if Trump win, we get a business boom. Because everybody get extra black when somebody that's blatantly racist is in office.
That's
right. What? Huh? Stop when I'm wrong. I hated that happened. I hated, George Floyd, Trayvon, the police terrorism. I deplored police terrorism. But one thing that happens when Black people get upset, all of a sudden our businesses get paid. They say, you know what, I'm going to go buy black.
That's right.
Right. And if we could only maintain that energy.
Why does it have to take something negative?
Right.
In order for us to get the support.
Because when Trump lost and Biden got in, I saw a dip.
We got they lullabied us to sleep.
Lullabied us back to sleep. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, golly, like everything is okay. I don't got to come there no more. Don't support Black-owned business just when you're mad at white people.
You sound like you got a segue into something.
Well, that's what we're talking about today. That's what we're talking about today.
Goodness.
Our topic today is going to be culture and politics, right? Where do they intersect? Culture and politics in the Black community. But before I do that, we aim to inspire.
That's right.
We aim to inspire. So we got to have our African proverb of the week, right?
That's
right. I just shot out a little complaint, a little observation about what we go through as Black business owners, right? But at the same time, I love what I do.
Oh, I wouldn't change it for nothing.
Wouldn't change it for anything,
no, sir.
right? Wouldn't change it for anything.
No.
It's not just about us as individuals. We're building legacies.
That's right.
We're creating safe spaces in our community.
Safe space.
You know how many businesses grow out of your business? How many people come in here and they sit, and you know how many ideas I've gotten sitting in your business?
I can't tell
that made me money.
I had 5 people coming today that's starting their own business, but they're using the products that we sell to help their business.
See? Right. So it feeds each other. We feed
it's an ecosystem.
Right. It's an ecosystem.
A cultural ecosystem.
It becomes an incubator.
That's right.
And I've seen young people come into the house of Hathor.
And that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
It's the young people.
Right.
They don't want the 9-to-5 job. They want their own.
They want their own. They have the skills for it.
That's right.
They know they're good at what they do.
That's right.
They're passionate about what they do.
That's right.
And so they deserve the opportunity to go for it.
You're exactly right.
And so it's an honor to be a part of an ecosystem that feeds that.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
And so with that, I want to put forth the African proverb of the week. He who fears the sun will never become chief.
Mm.
Say it again. He who fears the son will never become chief. Right?
That's right.
And that proverb basically says, you know, scared money don't win.
No, scared money don't win.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That fear, when you're afraid to shine, when you're afraid to come into that light, when you're afraid to step out of your comfort zone.
That's right. You don't want no light to shine on.
You won't become chief. And we ain't talking about chief over other people, but chief of your own life.
That's right. Your own nation.
Right.
Yeah.
So when people ask me, man, why do you do what you do? Why are you still going for it after all these years? He who fears the son will never become chief.
And I love the sun.
I love the sun.
I love the sun. The sun gives us energy.
Yeah.
It gives us everything that's required and what's needed.
That's right. That's
so
right.
Why would I fear something that I need and that will help me to progress?
Speak on it. You better speak on it. You gave you some red, black, and green heart.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
So the sun is a part of what I am.
Right.
How can I fear myself if I am a part of the sun? The sun is all of me.
Right.
So no, right. I don't fear that. And being the chief, that's the minimal of what I'm going to be.
Right.
That's the beginning stage.
Right. And it really segues into our conversation too, right? When you say he who fears the son will never become chief, because sometimes when you are afraid of your own power,
yes,
you will accept the subservient role.
All right. That you're right. That does segue. Is it right?
Don't it segue?
Yeah.
Huh? When we start talking political power and we start talking culture, right? How then you start dumbing down your culture?
That's right. That's
right. Dumbing that, stripping yourself of your power,
or allowing others to strip
you of your power because you fear standing up in it,
in your truth,
You fear standing in it. You fear the attackers of your truth so much that you refuse. That not standing in your truth becomes a political tactic.
It becomes and once they understand and know what you will bow down to, they use that same tool to keep you in your misery.
That's right. To
keep you in your misery.
That's right. So the bully who's really scared to get hit in the eye is gonna have a great time once he convinces you
to
better
hit
not
yourself
ever hit yourself in the eye.
To hit yourself
before you hit me, you better hit yourself.
That's right. In other words, you better go against your family before you go against me.
You better go against your family before you go against me.
That's right.
And it's a trip because the death you'll deal to each other, the damage you do to each other is the same damage. It's the worst damage.
Yeah, it's a worse damage.
But when you fear somebody,
that's right,
their slap, you think in your mind that's just a mega slap.
Yeah, it's harder than the one you receive from your family, so therefore you rather do it to your family.
Yeah, you assume it's hard.
You assume it's hard
because
the consequences are more detrimental because you've done it to your family
and generation
and generational curses, all that come into play.
Right.
Instead of you doing it where it belongs.
Right. He who fears the son will never become chief. Or I accidentally hit that one, didn't I? He who fears the son will never become chief. Brother Mente out of Memphis says, Ashe. You know what I'm saying? Ashe. So y'all, you just take a hold of that. Take a hold of that proverb, right? Think about that proverb. Apply it to your life. You have a goal. You have a passion. It's something out there that you want to achieve, man. Remind yourself that he who fears the son will never become chief. Don't fear change.
Ashe.
Right. Get out there and go for it. All right. So let's get into our topic tonight. Let's get into our topic tonight. Culture and politics. The relationship between culture and politics in the Black community. And then you called me with this one.
Yeah.
You called me with this one. You had just finished watching a movie.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
What was it? One Night in Miami.
One Night in Miami.
Okay.
Yes.
And it sparked this idea.
Yes, it did.
What about that movie inspired you for this topic?
Well, that they all four men, even though we know it's a fictional movie, or at least the event took place, but the conversation was fictional because no one knew what they actually talked about in the movie. So they had to come up with, based on the type of people that they came up with a conversation that would reflect that.
Right.
And so what we saw play out in the movie was each of them had some type of politics that they had to adhere to. And all of them did not speak their truth at the time.
Okay.
Because of that politics that was a part of that, whether it was the fact that in the movie Jim Brown went to see a Caucasian guy that knew his family, and they needed something put together in the room. And when he asked if he needs some help, he said, "No, ain't no niggas allowed in the house. You can stay on the front porch."
Remember that? Yeah.
Right. Sam Cooke, he went to the Copacabana, and they set him up for failure there.
Right.
And he didn't speak on he kowtowed down because they wouldn't allow his guitar player to come on the stage.
Right.
Right. So he kowtowed down and just allowed them to not have his guitar player on the stage with him, which that was sort of his energy.
Okay.
Because he knew his music.
Right.
Well, now he had to play with the orchestra. The orchestra don't know his style.
Right.
So therefore they're gonna play their style.
Right.
And the crowd wasn't into it. So he ended up bombing.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, then you have of course brother Malik El-Haj Shabazz, Malcolm X. He was put on silence because of what he said about John F. Kennedy.
Right.
Regardless of how we feel about what he said, he had to acquiesce to what the nation wanted him to do at the time, and he was silenced for what he said, not the fact that whether it was true or whether it wasn't, but the fact that it was said.
Right.
And then you had
Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali, actually, he was probably the only one that was just uprising.
Right.
At the time, he won the heavyweight fight, but he also wasn't listening to his corner, and he got knocked down by the white guy in the round before he beat Sonny Liston.
Right.
But he didn't have that same type of experience the rest of them had at the time.
Right.
He was just beginning his bouts with the establishment, with the system itself.
Okay.
So that I just thought that to see how they played the role of politics even in their fields, and how it led them into the conversation that they had each other in the movie.
Okay.
About them being on one accord and them doing the fighting based on Malcolm had something he was talking about how Sam Cooke he was kowtowing down to white people, but he didn't understand the route that Sam Cooke took as being a level of creating and manifesting and generating a reality,
and being political.
He had his own political views on how he can make it happen. It may not have been in Malcolm's view, or it may not be in Jim Brown's or Muhammad Ali's, but it was his.
Well, because his path is his path.
His path was different.
So I see where we're going here.
Yeah.
We're talking about, when we're talking about politics, we're not just talking about voting.
No.
We're talking about the politics of survival.
Yes.
The politics of success in America.
That's correct.
The politics of Black people sustaining and maintaining.
That's correct.
That's always been a political, issue.
Yes.
I have comrades who say everything is political.
Yes.
Right. If there are politics in your household.
That's right.
I know there's politics between me and my wife. There's certain things, you talking about lobbying. I got to lobby.
Yeah.
I have to lobby
every day,
at
every
home.
moment of the day.
I have to lobby with my children to get my bills passed.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Inside the house. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I thought I ran a monarchy, but I do not.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
And so in everything that we do, right, there are politics. And we're in a unique situation, I'm thinking here, because culturally, we're not all the same as Black people.
No, we're not.
We're not. We have a lot of commonalities, but we're not all the same.
That's correct.
Right. And so sooner or later, you're gonna leave the hood.
That's right.
Or you're gonna leave your house, or you're gonna leave the farm.
Yes.
Right. And then you have to integrate into
That's
the
right.
larger
That's
society.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
And when you do that, there's a negotiation that takes place within yourself.
Yes.
How much of this do I compromise to fit in there?
That's right.
And how far is too far going this way to where
That's
I
right.
disconnect from this?
That's right.
We've been kind of raised, a lot of us, to disconnect at a really high level.
Yeah,
Would you say that?
Oh yes, most definitely.
And I think that's political.
Yes.
When they say, don't name your baby Taquisha.
That's right.
Ain't nobody gonna hire nobody named Taquisha.
That's right.
Don't make the name too black.
Too black. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's political.
That's political.
That's where we're going. So,
Yeah.
so we're talking about the relationship between culture, right? Between culture and politics.
Yeah. And I'll tell you one even stronger.
Mm-hmm.
That we don't have to do it, but we do it anyway. Because once we do it on a small one, it always leads to something bigger.
Right.
Don't negotiate your values, your interests, and your principles.
Right.
Because that's the foundation of our culture. Our values, our interests, and our principles. But how often do we negotiate those values when we don't have to?
When we don't have to. That's the
but
key.
We do it because we think that that's a part of the negotiation.
Right.
We believe that that's a part of the negotiation.
Yes, and at certain levels, it is.
Yes.
At certain levels, let's look at the entertainment business, for example, right? At certain levels, you got to do something strange for a piece of change.
That's right.
In order to get into the door.
That's right.
There are certain places where you go where you absolutely have to compromise if the gatekeeper requires that you compromise. You got to make that choice. I made a choice as a young MC to not accept the record deal, multiple record deals, because people wanted me to compromise my style of music.
That's right.
I was too political.
Yeah.
They wanted me to be more gangster.
That's right.
And I wasn't willing to do that.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so there are crossroads
That's right.
that we come to where you're going to be tested.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? As to what are you willing to do?
That's right.
What are you willing to give up or compromise to come this far?
Well, I think that even in the movie,
or to get further.
Sam Cooke, they thought that he was compromising his music for the sake of the money that he was making. And he said, no, you understand. I didn't have to, I compromised, but I got something that was much greater. And now I can come back and do what I really want to do because I wanted to make sure that I can make some money.
Right.
And even at the expense of giving up a song for somebody white to sing it, but the royalties, I own my masters.
Which is what he did that was unique.
That was very unique. That was
him and Ray Charles may have been the only two black artists at that time.
That's exactly
that owned their masters.
And so anybody else that plays this song or sings this song, they gotta pay me. And so just and maybe the song when I sung it, it bombed. Maybe it didn't do well. But this white group over here, a couple of them make this money.
Absolutely.
I can make money off of them singing it.
Well, it was brilliant because he did the business.
That's right.
See what happens, and we're still talking about culture and politics.
That's correct.
What happens in the music business generally is that you compromise the ownership of your art for the fame.
For the fan, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
And you have many singers like Billie Holiday, for example, who usually sung songs written and owned by Jewish people.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
And so she would only make money when she performed.
And that's in most cases back in the from I'm gonna say
like
from
that for a lot of people
from the 30s and 40s all the way up until maybe around the time when video started.
Right.
That you had to perform in order for you to make money. You didn't make money off the record deal.
Right. You didn't get a lot of
and
publishing.
so they stayed on the road constantly.
Right.
So they can
Motown acts the same way.
Yeah,
right?
That's exactly right.
Right. And so there's a political aspect to business. Right. That is going to cause you to say, like, if ownership is a principle of yours,
that's right.
Then you have a decision to make.
That's right.
You have a decision to make. Is this the life that I want to do? I want to become somebody else's intellectual property.
That's right.
That's and that's a choice. Yeah. And yes, the reality of it is you will feel better on the inside, and you may have to give up potential money.
That's correct.
For that, right?
Yes,
and so you have to weigh that, and that's where the culture and the politics begin to intersect.
Yeah, and then we're talking about music.
But that goes, and you could take that into corporate America.
Yeah,
can't you?
Yeah,
you could take that. I've been the only other Negro in the room at the big meeting. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen the other black person do the acknowledgement nod like we don't do black people, but then that black person avoid me like I got to play.
Yeah.
Because politically, that black person's trying to move up the corporate ladder.
Yeah.
So culturally, they don't want to be seen.
They don't want to castrate
themselves. No, because I know I'm nigritude. I'm what the fancy Negroes would call nigritude. Yeah. I wear being a black person on me.
Well, I'm gonna tell you how that plays out. Even when you're in the room with other blacks, and it's a black establishment, where because you may be too black in an organization that's all black.
Man, I've had that.
And you become ostracized because you're too revolutionary.
Yes.
For black folks and being with other black folks, it's not too black anymore. You're too revolutionary.
Right.
Once you become too revolutionary, then that means they're saying that you're not good for us because you're going to make master mad at us.
You know what? We had a local community organization that promised us that the leader, the African American leader, I'm not going to name the organization today.
Okay.
The African American leader gave us a verbal agreement.
Okay.
We're going to do a STEM camp.
Okay.
We're going to teach some coding and a little Black history in Black History Month.
Right.
Right. But get word back, we're not going to do it. Why? I don't think my board members would do it. And it even asked if I could set up another website that didn't look as Black as my website.
Yeah.
Look,
yeah.
So my thinking was, okay, you're not my market.
Right.
That's how I had to go because you're looking for you're working with a certain strategy.
That's right. That's
and you're afraid to put too much Blackness in front of your real white leadership.
That's right. That's
so
right.
Politically, you're a figurehead.
That's right. That's right. I'll give you one.
You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly. What you're saying.
So politically, you're a figurehead.
Yes.
So culture and politics clash
clash
directly. The program I was offering had nothing. Now it taught some Black history, but not radical type stuff.
Yeah.
It offered some stuff, but it clashed with the way he did politics within this organization.
Would you say culture and politics clash when it comes only to economics?
No. Culture and politics also clashes when it comes to religion and spirituality.
Okay.
When you look at man, think about the church, the Black church.
Yeah.
Right. And there was a time where you better have that white Jesus up.
Yeah.
Because you never know when they might come in and see what's going on. Because they see a Black Jesus. What you teaching in here?
That's right.
You know.
That's right.
Then you started seeing as we became more Black and proud.
That's right.
In the late 60s or something, you started seeing the Black Jesus.
That's right. They even started getting the Black Bible.
Yeah. Even the Black Bible, right?
Yeah.
Right. And yes, it's out of the spirit of truth, but it's also out of all of a sudden there was a political agenda in the Black community where Black people were like, we want to galvanize.
Yes.
And Black preachers were right there in the middle of it, saying, we're gonna galvanize. And these children are wearing afros, they're not coming in here if they see a white Jesus.
That's right.
The sisters wearing braids, they not coming in here. So if I'm gonna stay relevant, if I'm gonna fill this plate on Sunday, I better go and put some paint on Jesus.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So even spiritually, I had a brother, a good friend, call me this morning, and he's been a Christian his whole life.
Right.
He called me this morning, and he was like, "Doc, I'm discovering things, man. Jesus didn't look like that. I've been studying it. They've been lying to us. I don't know what to do with myself."
Well, the sad part about that is that even in the Bible, they give you the description of it.
Yeah, they give you the description.
And we go past that.
Because it's political.
So in my mind, I've already been so colonized to look past the actual words that are being put in there, even if I don't even agree with the Bible. But if I'm reading it, if I do it based on the words alone, it's saying that it looked like me.
Right.
So now the politics that started being played also is that if in order for me, for my parish or my congregation to come into this church, if I really want to get them, what am I going to do that will be beneficial for me, that will suffice for not only my people but for others? I'll just put a cross up with nothing on it at all.
Right. And go neutral. I just go neutral.
I go neutral.
I ain't got black and all white.
I ain't gonna put no black or white. I'm just that cross is a symbolism that everybody understands. So I'm just gonna put that up.
Right. But these are political choices.
Yes.
Even on the plantation, you had Africans who secretly practice Ifa,
but
out front they practice Catholicism.
That's right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
We've had to wear masks.
That's right.
In this country as a political strategy.
That's right.
You know, even
code
some
switch.
of the things, code switch. Like there are people who wear suits and ties and talk like this, but behind the scenes, they got on turbans and stuff just like you.
That's right.
But out there, you know what I'm saying?
They're playing the game.
Right. Because we've established safe spaces inside of our community, we're able to express ourselves.
That's correct.
In a way, people even expect us. People even feel relieved when they come around us because we've created these spaces and they just come in and say, "Whew, man, can I mispronounce some words?" You sure can.
Yes.
You come on in here and speak your talk, speak your black talk.
That's right.
However, your Ebonics or whatever it is,
exactly
because I don't judge those who code switch.
That's right.
As a strategy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And only as a strategy.
Only as a strategy.
Yeah.
Now, the issue becomes when the strategy hits your core, takes over.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can't pull yourself
back
out.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what happens in politics more than anything.
Yes.
We get involved to the core of what politics is. And the reason why you was going in it no longer becomes the reason why you stay in.
So sometimes you go in to change the system.
Yeah.
But more often than not, the system changes you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, and that happens in every profession. If you and it could happen even in entrepreneurship as well.
Right.
But it more so happens when you go in with the mindset thinking that you can change a system.
Right.
That's like us in going into a MacBook, we Dell parts. But we're gonna go into this MacBook and we want to change this Mac over to a Dell. Right. Not realizing that this system already has a virus protection that kicks your butt out.
Look at right.
Yeah.
Are those brakes? Virus protection, kick it in.
Exactly right.
Right.
So it's the system has itself set up the same way when you come in and you try to infiltrate it.
Right.
And think that you're going to be able to change something from within, but you got to first know what the system is before you
master the system.
Yes, and it takes years.
Right.
It takes years.
And which I think the appropriate practice would be to build a system.
Yes.
To build an alternative system, a smaller version of what you think the bigger version should be.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying.
That should be a part of the education.
That's
part of the education of learning government, not how this government functions, but how to function a government.
That's right.
Not just how a company functions, but how do you function a company?
That's right.
You know, and so build a microcosm.
Yes, a community.
A community, right?
Yes.
That reflects what you want to build big. But when you go into a juggernaut.
That's right. Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
You're going to a juggernaut and
right.
you're going in at a level where you don't really have a lot of
entry level.
An entry level.
Yeah.
You know, or maybe you have a position.
Yes.
But the position doesn't always equate into power.
No, it closes a lot of other doors to you, only for the doors that you're supposed to go into.
Where you find yourself being more careful. You find yourself fighting to keep the position.
That's right.
Than fighting for the people. You know what I'm saying? That you went in there to advocate
and
for.
It said they put the work on you.
Right.
Once they put that work on you, then you forget about everything else that you've been trying to do. It's about getting that work done right now. And that's the whole plan. That's what the system does. It bombards you with so much work and information for you to learn and implement that you don't have time to worry about what my original thoughts and what my intentions were.
Well, and then you don't have the discernment to look at it and say, I really ain't got to do that.
That's right. That's right.
If I was voted, for example, if we're talking politics.
Yeah.
If I was voted in by my community, I really ain't got to do that.
That's right.
I could go the other way and be the rebel rouse.
That's right.
And I know a lot of rebel. If you rebel rouse, right? Especially locally, you'll die in your position. They'll keep you in there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. There's a few up there now like that.
Right. But if you just happy to be at the table, then they know they got you.
Yeah.
If you happen to be at the table, then they can do everything south of calling you the N-word. You're not gonna do nothing. And if they call you that, you just I was appalled and all that, but you're gonna forgive them the next day.
That's right.
Because forgiveness is also political.
Yes, it is. And it happened. We're masterful at doing it. We are masterful.
Forgiveness is also political. You know, that's just, you know.
And I was just about to ask you, I say, because Frederick Douglass said, find out what any people will quietly submit to, and you will have the exact measure of the injustice and wrong which will be imposed upon them.
I say.
That's powerful.
Yep. Right now, I don't want to submit to that extra R I put in measure.
That's okay.
Teaching me about it.
Look, don't worry about that.
Man, that's a powerful quote.
Yeah, it's a power because that is instituted on us on a daily basis. It's instituted on us only in the system.
Right.
No, I can't say only in the system, but most of it is in the system.
Right. And that's something that we impose on each other.
Yeah, we do.
That's something okay.
We're agents too now. We're agents too.
Right. So now culturally, when you adapt that philosophy, that the philosophy that says, I will do to you whatever you allow me to do or don't have the power to stop me from doing, I'm willing to do it. I'm not going to stop when you start hurting.
That's right.
Your pain ain't going to stop me.
That's right. I'm going to keep on
I'm going to keep going until I extract exactly what I want, regardless of how it impacts you.
That's right.
Right. And so if your only defense is it's hurting.
Yeah.
My culture says don't appeal to that sensibility.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with you.
That has nothing to do with me.
Yeah, that's internal.
That's your problem.
That's right.
Your if you stuck in a bad sharecropping deal, that's your problem.
That's your problem.
Right?
That's right.
Right. You have to make me not exploit you.
That's right.
And if you're not willing to do that,
that's right.
then we're going to build a system around it. We're going to monetize it.
That's right.
Oh, you don't come to school board meetings? You don't argue? You don't see what's in the third party contract?
There you go.
I got you. You're so tired. You work so hard. And when your baby get in trouble, the school can tell you anything they want to about your baby.
And you will abide by
whatever punch. You're not going to fight for it because you're not informed.
That's right.
I can impose this on you, and I'm not going to get any pushback from you.
That's right.
Because you're going to quietly submit to this, and y'all going to go home and turn on each other.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the first thing. Now you're not going to go home. You're going to wait till you get outside the door.
Outside the door.
Or sometimes in the meeting.
In the meeting.
I'll turn on you in the meeting.
Yes.
I've seen it happen. You know, working for the public school system, I did it for 18 years. And I can't tell you the amount of parents and children that turned on each other in a meeting. You know, more so in most cases, I saw parents turn on children because they had no belief in their children's welfare. They had no belief that their children will sometimes really tell them the truth about what's taking place. And because you don't have a true belief system in your own children.
You know what? I've been in the meetings too.
Yeah.
Bible. And I would say what I've seen the most is you just scared to argue with them people.
Yeah.
But I've seen parents take the other folks' side.
That's right.
Simply because they're scared not to.
They're scared, or they don't have enough information to argue or to argue their point.
Right. Now, I applaud them parents that just cuss it, that don't get it. Yeah. You understand? I'm just going to cuss everybody
That's
out.
Right. Whether you did it or not.
We get mad at them kind of parents. Yeah. But that's the one that say, I really don't understand all this shit that's on this paper. Yeah. But this is my baby. I'm gonna whoop him around. But in here, you're wrong. I'm riding with him. I'm cuss you out. I don't like you. Boo, 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 boo.
And you should know better.
And so people turn around and say, see, that's them parents.
That's
They so ghetto.
That's
you know what I'm saying? But now sometimes you just follow instincts.
That's right.
And when you're uninformed and your instincts take over to protect your cub,
that's correct.
Then it's gonna manifest however it matters.
I applaud it and I honor that because at least you're protecting your child.
Right.
Now, what you do at home, that's between you and your child. But here, I'm protecting my child.
I'm trying to protect my child.
That's what I'm supposed to.
That's what I'm supposed to. But sometimes when we're afraid, when we're in there and we're intimidated because they got the degree on the wall, we're intimidated.
They're showing you all the
paperwork. Well, he did this, he did that. Right. You know, that's that. You know, and you don't.
You got 8 people around the table, and it's only you.
Right. You feel like they can send both y'all to jail.
There you go.
Ain't no crime you been committed.
That's exactly
right. And so it'll kick in, and again, that's political.
That's right.
The way it's set up, it's set up for that because that failure, that child's failure has been monetized.
That's right.
So and if I can get him off my books because I don't think he's gonna pass the test, I got him off the stats and all that. Oh, bro.
So, but you see how many areas, and I love ancestor Francis Cress Wilson and Nellie Fuller,
right,
where they talk about economics, education, entertainment, labor law, politics, religion, sex, and war.
Yeah,
the politics is the bridge in between each of those. And politics, when people can control your politics in all those areas of people activity, then it makes it that much more harder for you to live. We're not going to talk about survival, but it's harder for you to live to the utmost of your ability because politics is being played everywhere. And then we don't do that we don't have a greater understanding on politics as it relates to a normal way of life, not just for politics' sake, but the politics of entertainment, the politics of economics, the politics of education.
Well, the thing is, I feel politics are fluid. And if you feel empowered, you go in knowing that I bring politics to the table.
Yes.
Rather than going and reacting to politics, the politics that are there.
Yes.
You can be proactive.
Yes.
You can say, you know what, I'll build my own table.
That's right.
You know, there's an attitude that says, well, we either got to be Democrat or Republican.
Right.
You know.
That's right.
So it's like we're not bringing politics to the table.
That's correct.
We're trying to come to a table and inject something for us out of what's already there.
That's right.
And when you coming from that position, I think time has proven that that's a position of weakness.
That's right.
Right.
Coming from either one of those.
Because you're not leveraging
That's right.
you're not even aware of what your politics really are.
That's right.
And when you come with something, they say, oh, you mean this.
Yes.
So you say, no, look, we want reparations. Oh, you want free health care. That ain't what I said.
That's not what we said. That's right. That's something totally different.
Yeah, well,
That's
we're doing a tax break that's going to impact all Americans.
Right,
that
right.
can be that ain't a reparation.
That's not reparation.
That's not what we're asking.
That's right.
So when you come into the table with politics that's based on your culture,
that's right.
Because culturally we make decisions on what's best for our community.
That's correct.
Then you go to the table
that's
with
right.
what your culture dictates.
That's right.
But the table says we'll take that. We won't take that.
That's
We'll
right.
take that, leave that at home.
That's right.
You can't bring that part of your culture here. Can't bring it. And then now you got this diluted agenda.
That's right.
But nowhere for your full, what you really want, there's nowhere for it to exist.
You can't enter politics in any type of arena in fear.
I say.
There has to be some type of concession that you want in place of
Right.
If we don't come with concessions and we're doing it only out of fear, well, I'm gonna vote for this because I don't know what he gonna do.
Right.
Then I'm doing it. I'm giving someone my vote based on my fear and not on what I need.
Yes.
And so that's the part that really gets me is that we have a hard time coming up with concessions from a community standpoint.
Right.
And because we don't have the unity that we want to have when it comes to politics, then we become a part of everything. I'm a Democrat, I'm a Republican, or I'm independent, whichever the case is, doesn't matter because they're all the same wings of the same bird. Doesn't matter which one you want to be a part of. But you need concessions. What is it that we want? What is the need of the community? Right. What is the need of our families?
Right. And stop getting caught up is this white person prejudiced, this white person racist, this white person racist, and talk about what we want.
What do we want? That's right.
We need to be talking
who's
about
gonna give us what
who's
we
gonna
want?
fix the road.
That's right.
Maybe the racist one might fix our road to keep us from riding on his road.
That's right.
Who's gonna fix the road?
That's right.
Who's gonna bring funding into the school?
That's right.
Who's gonna do that? I don't care what you think about me. We're here talking about what our community
who's
needs.
Gonna help us take care of our children and our elders?
Right. And who's or gonna get out of our way so we can do it.
Yeah, so we can take care
get
of
out of our way so we can do it.
Yeah, because we have the ability to do all of that.
Yes, absolutely. And these we forget to ask these specific questions.
That's right.
Soon as somebody put a hot sauce out of their birds, we think that they are friend. Or as soon as somebody throw toilet tissue at Haitians or don't want Haitians to come up, we say, well, that's our enemy.
That's right.
And so it's more nuanced.
It is
than that. You understand? And we stop studying the nuances.
Yes.
I agree. And we're even encouraged not to ask questions.
That's correct.
Not to even explore. Right. Man, you ain't on it. You ain't black.
That's right.
If you ain't on it,
yeah, that's right.
You ain't black.
Yeah, that's right.
Or they fear, or like you say, the fear. So you go into like a presidential election voting against something, not for something.
Not for something. That's right. That's right. And that's the problem that we've had for years. Not having a political agenda from a community standpoint so that we can speak on it. If we're all from the same community, then we should be able to take an assessment of what is missing and what is there and decide what is the need of this community.
Yeah.
And more than likely, whatever the need is in your community is going to be the same need that's in the other communities.
Right. But only thing I'm going to say is this to that. There's always been a black agenda.
Yes.
There's always been black agendas.
Yes.
However, disseminating those agendas.
Yes.
Getting that information out. If you don't have a certain budget, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to get your points. You ain't gonna see Cornel West on any of the debates on TV.
No, you're not.
You're not gonna see any third party candidate.
Right.
That's all about money.
That's right.
It's not about whether or not the politics are valid.
That's correct.
That's all about money.
Economics.
We've always had those in our community, not because I want to honor them. I want to honor the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense that had a political platform.
That's right.
We want to honor all of the organizations now in Cobra and others that have political platforms.
That's right.
However, there are gatekeepers in our community that avoid it, right? And then a lot of those platforms move among working class black people, but it just taking it downtown. And again, culturally, and sometimes we stop ourselves.
Yes,
those who have powerful political agendas, as well. So there's always been multiple black agendas. They just haven't always been brought into the light.
Well, and they have not been unified because they're coming from so many different
standpoints. Because we're different.
Yeah.
That's to me, that's okay.
Well, it's okay, but we regardless of what position we're coming from, we can still, it's kind of like being the body. You might be the finger, I might be the arm.
Mm-hmm.
It all connects.
Yeah.
But we just have to find out where the connection is, that we can connect all the different concessions
Like
together.
somebody got to see the whole body.
Yes.
And you know, and that's cool. Like, I don't know if my heel is aware of my elbow. They've never touched.
Right.
I don't know if they've ever seen each other.
But they are part of the body.
But they know their job.
That's what they know. That's right. There you go.
So they know their job, and they work their job.
That's right.
And because these different parts are working their job,
that's right.
then organically you have a body.
That's correct.
You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying.
So if these different factions would work their job, if the commonality is upliftment of our community,
that's right,
the empowerment of our community, that's the true objective. That's not the acceptance, but the upliftment of our community. Then you can do it your way.
Yes,
I can do it this way.
That's right.
Our work will unite us when necessary.
But we have to recognize who is the heel and who is the elbow.
It'll manifest itself if the heel and elbow just get to work.
Yeah, well, again, but the body still has to.
But sometimes they don't need. It's some people I don't need to meet. They just need to get to work. Don't wait for me.
It's kind of like if you're the asshole.
Yeah, right.
We don't
really need to meet you. You're doing a great job.
You're doing a great job. You're making sure we stay clean.
You're making sure we stay clean.
Yeah.
You're doing a great job.
Yeah,
I don't need to meet you. But I honor you. I recognize you. I'm impacted by you.
Truly.
I'm impacted by you, but I really don't need to meet you. And you don't really need to go face to face at all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't need to pucker my lips.
No, we're not dapping up none of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna call you nasty. I ain't gonna judge you. That's clean to you. That's how you live. You do your thing. You have a role to play, in the grand scheme of things. Yes. But when you don't know self, you can't do for self.
No, you got to know.
You don't know who you are.
You have to know who you are.
You know who you are. You don't know whose you are. That's why the South Carolina events like the South Carolina Juneteenth Freedom Fest is so important, because it's an opportunity for us to get to know ourselves. Yeah. We talk about we bringing everybody together, but by bringing us together, the person you really getting to know is you.
Yes,
because we're reflections of each other.
That's correct.
Right? You got to know who you are and who you're not.
That's right.
You know, when I remember when I first got introduced to Islam years ago, I asked a brother, shout out to Will X, I said, "Are you a Muslim?" And he looked at me and said, "What's a Muslim?" And I said, "On somebody who don't believe in Jesus." He said, "Well, I'm not that." That's not what a Muslim is. Right. And he said, "Before I could answer your question, I need to know what your definition of a Muslim was." Right. So and then he said, "How do you know you're not if you don't know what one is?"
That's right. That's real.
He said, "Now you don't have to be. We ain't even trying to convert you.
Right.
But ask a Muslim what a Muslim is. Yeah. Ask a Christian what a Christian is.
Yeah.
Go learn these definitions and then ask yourself, does any of that reflect me?"
Right.
But when we're afraid to learn who we are, then we're not really learning about ourselves.
That's right.
So when we bring people together, like on Juneteenth, it's not just so we can all be together.
Right.
We're coming together so we can learn about ourselves.
That's right. Yeah, because you have to be careful who is teaching you about yourself.
Your main teacher is you.
Yeah.
Your own experiences, your own intuition.
That's right.
That's why you come out. That's why you don't fear the sun.
That's right.
I learn more about me when I encounter people than I learn about the people.
That's correct.
You know, but if we're caught up in, she shouldn't be wearing that. He a sucker. He this, he that. No, right. I try to focus on, how do I respond when I'm around this person?
Yeah.
What's the energy here?
Yeah.
Why does he bother me?
That's right.
If it ain't him, he ain't did nothing to me.
Nope.
Why do I think that dude a jerk?
He's just a different part of the body.
Right. So how's that going to impact me?
That's
and where can his jerkiness help the movement?
Yes.
You know, and so shout out to the South Carolina Juneteenth Freedom Fest. You know, I'm always plugging.
Yeah,
I'm always plugging, man. This is a great discussion tonight.
Yes.
You know, this is great. Y'all make sure that you are sharing the video. Make sure that you go back and watch it again, the whole 9 yards. I do want to acknowledge we do have the Juneteenth Freedom Fest coming up. Man, we be doing Juneteenth the whole week.
The whole week.
You know what I'm saying?
So tell the people what we have in store.
All right, the week of Juneteenth, y'all.
Tell them
we're starting on that Monday. I believe that Monday is the 10th. The Monday 10th. Yes. We're going to have a mental health and wellness workshops here at the House of Hathor, located is 6319 North Main Street. We're dealing with mental health on Monday. Tuesday is financial literacy right here at the House of Hathor. right? Man, you got some great events coming up, man.
You
know, coming in talking about family estate planning, budgeting, the whole entrepreneurship. We're gonna have youth entrepreneurs in the house as well.
About 12 of them.
Right. We working on Wednesday. Okay. But Thursday, and let me pull this up. Let me pull this up right quick. Thursday, we got this. Right. Let me pull that banner.
That's what I'm talking about.
Let me pull that banner down. Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
The first ever South Carolina Juneteenth Black Historical Film Showcase on Thursday, June 14th. I'm sorry, that should say June 13th. I gotta go change that.
Okay.
On June 13th, 2024, 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Right, we are showing the first ever narrative film about the life of Marcus Mosiah Garvey called Mosiah the Movie, right here at the House of Hathor.
Ashe.
All right, we're taking donations for this event. Proceeds are going to benefit the Uhuru Academy and the South Carolina Juneteenth Freedom Festival. So definitely you want to come through. Shout out to Catalyst and Bongi,
yes.
Our sponsors, one of our sponsors for the event. Of course, the Uhuru Academy, House of Hathor, Juneteenth Freedom Fest. See, Black people can come together, and do some beautiful things. So that's going down on Thursday.
Be the example.
Right. Then on Friday, the actual 14th, on Friday, the actual 14th, we have the Juneteenth Freedom Festival Night Parade. You know what I'm saying? You ever been to a night parade?
Yeah, I have.
I haven't.
Yes.
This is my first ever night parade.
I've been to a few night parades.
Really?
Yes.
Are they fun?
It's fun. Man, it's like no other.
Oh man, wow. We got marching bands, we got floats, we got horses, we got all kind of people joining the parade. Go to JuneteenthFreedomFest.com because there's still time to join the parade. All right. Also, I did mention if you want to see Mosiah, right, the movie, we're gonna put that link up on Juneteenth Freedom Fest as well, so you can get your tickets for Mosiah the movie. But you got the parade, y'all. And we're gonna be parading downtown Columbia.
Yes,
right.
That's gonna be a beautiful event.
That's gonna be a beautiful event. That's Friday, June 14th at 6:30 p.m. All right. And then that next day, you're coming out to Dutch Square.
To the festival.
The 8th annual Juneteenth Freedom Fest from noon to 8 p.m. Y'all, we talking about food. We're talking about edutainment, you know what I'm saying? Entertainment. Then we having a mini job fair there. We're having a health fair there. You know what I'm saying? We have the Juneteenth Youth Leadership Awards. We're recognizing our youth. And we have the youth. Yeah, we have the Juneteenth Distinguished Elder Award. We're going to be honoring our elders on stage as well. You do not want to miss this event. We're expecting somewhere around 8,000 people to come.
That's
look, and it's free.
Shout
out to the team.
Except for the food.
Except for the food. Yeah, in the event. I'm talking about admission. Admission is free now. Yeah. Admission is free. Come out there ready to support the vendors. We have some great vendors out there that's going to be selling clothing. They're going to be selling art, jewelry, the whole books, the whole 9 yards. Come out there and have a great time with the whole family. You know it. There ain't nothing wrong with us. There was right with us can't fix. Right. So that's the Juneteenth Freedom Fest. Now I got a couple of things going on as well with the Uhuru Academy. But the week before the Freedom Fest, we're having our Uhuru Academy online celebration and virtual fundraiser, you know, and Uhuru Academy Online is the best education experience for Black children in the world today. We have students all over the world, and we're building a brand new learning platform. All right. We're building a brand new online learning platform. So for the fundraiser, we're going to be celebrating our children. They've been working hard, putting videos together, presentations together, young people from all over the world, and they're going to perform and show and put on display everything that they've been learning. Now, not just anybody can watch it, because we just don't stream our children out to everybody. But if you go to uhuruacademy.com, right, you can figure out how to get a ticket to the fundraiser.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. And we just accept donations. You pick what you want to give, but you have to get a ticket to enter into the stream.
Gotcha.
Right. And so that's the Uhuru Academy online celebration and virtual fundraiser. Also, shout out to Dr. Oya Mayat and the Conscious Ingenuity. We are partnering again, the Uhuru Academy Conscious Ingenuity, or the UACI Summer STEM Camp, coming up July 8th to July 19th, 100% virtual, right? We have young people ages 7 to 17, right?
Okay.
And we're learning, they're going to learn African history, or the African history in STEM, and then they're going to learn STEM skills. We're going to be focusing on coding skills this year, introducing them to block coding, and also introducing them to Python. And so that's going to be a powerful STEM campus. Our 3rd year doing it, and it is in demand. We only doing 30 slots, y'all.
Okay.
30 slots. Okay. We're building an actual pipeline into cybersecurity, into programming, an actual pipeline that's taking children all the way through college, through certifications, and into the workforce. So you want to plug your children into the UACI Summer STEM Camp pipelines. We got that going on. And then one more thing, because we working, not watching. Shout out to Smooth Living, Memphis, Tennessee, June 22nd, going down to Juneteenth Jamboree. You know what I'm saying? Myself, my man Koyo, we're going to be down there. We're going to be speaking and celebrating Juneteenth. You know, after we celebrate Juneteenth here in Columbia, we're going to go down that next weekend, and we're going to celebrate with the family.
That's all right.
in Memphis. So
that's all right.
Woo!
That's a lot.
We got. That's a lot.
That's a lot, but it's good.
It's good.
It's
good. Worth it.
That's good living.
Yeah, that's good
That's
living.
good living.
That's good living.
That's
you know,
good
it
living.
ain't always smooth living.
That's right.
But it is good living.
living.
You know, it's good living. You
Yes.
know, and I want to implore everybody out there to continue to lift each other up, lift up the community, lift up our elders, lift up our youth. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes.
let's come together as a community.
Yes.
What's your
Yes.
final words today, Bob?
Oh man, I it's funny you should say that, because the first thing came to mind was that I have a cleansing prayer that I would like to give to the people.
Ashe.
You know, oh great ancestor of all ancestors, we call upon you at this time that you will cleanse us of all negative energies that surrounds us, that you will break all work of negative magic that is against us, that you will take away from us all envy, evil, bad luck, and invincible enemies, and that you will bring protection, peace, and prosperity into our lives, into the lives of our children, our children's children, and our children's children's children, into the lives of our family, our homes, and our communities. Ashe. Yes.
With that being said, this has been the First Majority Podcast. Peace and power to all. Like and share this video.
Yes.
We out, y'all. See y'all next week.
Peace.
Yeah. It's still a lot of debate about who we are. Cats arguing, we ain't African, we ain't black, we ain't this, we ain't that. Man, truth is, we all of that. Cause all of that come from us, you know what I'm saying? It's all about where you gon' fit in. Yeah. Yo, what's your name? You an African, an American, or an Israelite? Black or Moor, Muhammad, or a provocateur? What the business like? You Malcolm X, my enemies. Chief Turner, Dr. King, keep a burner, you repeat. Look at me, who you see? I'm Garvey when I rap a bar. Every line is a black star. I'm Masterfar cause I understand who these crackers are. Nat Turner's my avatar. My attitude so desolate. I'm a mocking dog, these motherfuckers. Dr. Cotton, these Europeans know what I mean. I'm Farrakhan, never will I run. Robert Williams, nigga with a gun. George and Jonathan Jackson, Dr. Yosef Ben, Yakanan. Show and prove like Dr. Clark. I'm a goon cause I got the heart. I'm Dubois cause I'm hella smart. I'm Denzel cause I got the part. I'm Bianchi, Sutton Kufu, Mansa Musa, Shaka Zulu. I'm with Mia, I'm with Tulu. If I was Jesus, what would you do? I'm a Negro and I'm colored. I'm your nigga and your brother. Yeah, I kill you, but I love you. Accept your own and reject the other. What's your name?
What's your name? And why don't you now know what your name was then? Where did it go? Where did you lose it? Who took it? And how did he take it? What tongue did you speak? How did the man take your tongue? Where's your history? How did the man wipe out your history? What did the man do to make you a dumb?
What's your name? It's the Chigaboo, it's the Porsche Monkey, it's the Sambo, it's the Oreo, maybe Revolution is just too much for the handle. I ain't carrying no scandal, I ain't scary, I am Harry Tubman with a candle. Time to pick up the mantle. I'm a son to Wop and Queen of Zinga, Nefertiti and Queen Amina, Hashasset and the Queen of Sheba. She thinks she God, please believe her. Name is Osada, great escape. Angela Davis, Keith State, Winnie Mandela, refuse to break. I'm anime, refuse to hate. I see straight through cause I'm late today. Miss Fanny Lou, I got things to say. Miss Shirley Chisholm, I paved the way. The homie queen came to slay. Better Shabazz, I mean my Malcolm. Black love is the only outcome. I won't stop until y'all have some. I might set this shit gon' happen. I'm on shoot, come bless the altar. I'm Nivea, I bless Walter. I'm on Lacuna, I drive my daughter. I'm Oya, I cannot falter. I'm the one to give birth to stars. Masterful, how I work these bars. Series B to the earth to Mars. KOS, reversal star. What's your name?
What's your name? And why don't you now know what your name was then? Where did it go? Where did you lose it? Who took it? And how did he take it? What gun did you speak? How did the man take your gun? Where is your history? How did the man wipe out your history? What did the man do